Hey everyone, I need your attention for 1 minute. This is not one of those ads. This is something that has changed my entire life. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that this is all about personal development as the foundation for everything good in your life. And this podcast is now sponsored by Growth Day, which is the world's first all-in-one personal development app. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine having everything all in one place that you need to create the life that you want? Now you can. So if you've been struggling with your motivation, your mood, your productivity, or your purpose, you have to check this out. Growth Day helps you consciously change your life and achieve your potential. It has all the self-improvement tools, motivational classes, and life coaching all in one place. So many of us want to improve our lives, but the question is how? Where do we start? What do we use? How do you get unstuck? How do you make self-improvement stick? Well, research shows how. It's when you consistently journal, track your habits, set goals, learn from empowering mentors, and challenge yourself that you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But let me ask you something. Where do you actually do all of your personal development work? I have to tell you that over 300,000 people use Growth Day for a reason. It works. It's the world's #1 software for self-improvement. Growth Day has an amazing mindset journal that I absolutely love, a habit tracker, and a goal-setting system. In fact, I bet if you went to my stories this week, you probably saw me using the journaling app and telling you to do it too, because it's the first time that journaling has ever actually stuck consistently in my life because of this app. And best of all, Growth Day has live inspirational classes every single week from the world's top motivational speakers and life coaches. These are people who have impacted my life in huge ways. These are mentors who I already knew and loved. In fact, this is something that's so huge for me, you guys. I personally teach a class in Growth Day every single month, and it is one of the most fun things that I get to do, and I'd love to see you there. These classes will truly shift your life. There's always something new that you will learn. So join me and 300,000 achievers growing our lives with actual real intention. Visit growthday.com/Lori for a free trial. Yes, you can try this for free. So go to growthday.com/Lori and go live your best life. You guys, that's growthday.com/Lori. And I can't wait to see you there. When you know you put the work in, that is when the doubt goes away. It doesn't even mean that you're the master at it yet. It's a knowing that you have done the work and you have not left anything on the table for that time being. We doubt ourselves when we don't think that we have done enough work or we have underprepared. That is how self-doubt goes away. Welcome back to the Earn Your Happy podcast. It's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration, and I'm so proud of you for coming and doing that. Because if you're anything like me, yes, I can sometimes get naturally inspired, but there is nothing like listening to someone who is in the energy of inspiration, action, and motivation to get my brain and wheels going. And I just had a really fun podcast with Sam Harper, who does sound healings and sound frequencies. And she was just talking about how the FDA has approved now sound frequency for some versions of cancer treatment, which literally blew my mind. And this reminded me about the importance of listening to people that you know who have the lives that you want, who are vibrating at the frequency that you want, meaning they are living the way that you want to be living, because truly they are able to pull you up into their frequency. So hopefully, because I feel really good today and I feel like I've set myself up in a good frequency, that I am able to raise yours, or at least get your wheels turning. Even if you think, oh my God, what she's saying does not pertain to me, or that was kind of dumb, at least I'm sending you some frequencies and hoping that you can take this message and turn it into something that is your own, or that you feel inspired by, or something that moves you to go and create something that you're excited about, or share something on your content that you are excited about. So I have a friend who we were in Lewis Howe's mastermind years ago together, and he is starting a startup business making bags, like men's bags. They're really, really cool, super modern, edgy, fresh, beautiful brand. And his name is Zach Kravitz. And he posted this quote that said, "Currently outworking my self-doubt." And it's so simple, but it is so incredibly profound in the way of thinking that all we have to do is have a plan of working around our self-doubt. Meaning, if there is something that you feel like you have doubt around, you have to go and do the thing that makes you feel doubtful, because eventually you will become good at it. So if you think of this in terms of sports, like if you suck at volleyball and you have a lot of self-doubt around it and you know you're about to go play on a court with, Gabby Reese, like you're going to feel really doubtful about yourself. But if you go and do that thing and you show up every single day, I promise you in a year, you're going to feel better. Look, you're not going to be Gabby Reese, okay? But you're going to feel better about getting on that volleyball court, and you're not going to have as much self-doubt. You're going to feel a lot more confident. Here is the clincher. When you know you put the work in, that is when the doubt goes away. It doesn't even mean that you're the master at it yet. It's a knowing that you have done the work and you have not left anything on the table for that time being. That you're the person who puts the work in. That is how self-doubt goes away. We doubt ourselves when we don't think that we have done enough work or we have underprepared. Let me just tell you about this when I do a talk. Like, no matter what, I'm going to be nervous. But if I feel like I have put the work in and the reps in practice, if I'm like, Lori, you have now gone over this talk from start to finish 20 times. Like, even if I doubt myself around maybe the content isn't good, I also know, like, maybe it's not as good as I want it to be or whatever. If I put that work in and I did the best that I could, my self-doubt goes down so much. And I feel so good about knowing that I did the work, that it's good enough to go and deliver in a very powerful way. And when you feel powerful, it almost doesn't even matter what the content is. You know what's really crazy is, have you ever gone and listened to a performer who doesn't speak the language that you speak? If they go and deliver that with emotion and high energy, high frequency, we're just all talking about the same thing here, you will know and feel what it is that they are saying. You will get a message that you needed, whether it's the message that they're saying with their words, you will get a message through them because they have performed it in an emotional, high vibe, beautiful, practiced way coming from their soul. So I want you guys to remember that even if it's not something that is your best work yet, because we don't start out as masters. And I can tell you, I don't even know if I've come close to putting out my best work at all in this lifetime. I think that is, I still feel like I am just getting started. But this is that reminder that if you want to not feel doubtful about yourself anymore, all you have to do is to put in the work. So, what is it that you're going to do today that you know is going to help you around your self-doubt? If there's something you are not good at that you need to get better at, where could you put in some reps to get better at that thing? And I want to put some guardrails in around this, meaning I want to give you some things that are really going to help you outwork your self-doubt every day. And for me, there is nothing like some good structure or things in my calendar that happen on repeat that I know I can look back over this next year and say, oh, look at all of these content days that I put in for growing social media and growing my email list. Look at how hard I worked on this, even though maybe only 30% of it really translated into something that I felt great about. I put in the work to get that 30%. If I didn't put in that work, what would it be? Like a 2% return on how I want it to look and feel and impact people? So you have to know that if you have it structured in your calendar, you can also feel good that you are outworking your self-doubt, because action cures anxiety. And the more that you take action, you're not only helping with that anxious feeling that I used to get every single Monday and Tuesday morning, and let's just face it, every single morning of my life, where I just felt like I was never doing enough because I didn't know what I was doing next. It just was pure chaos. I didn't have it in my calendar. I didn't put the reps in as well as I could have. And now if you do structured reps, you can look back and say, oh, look at this. I had this planned into my calendar 2 or 3 times a week, every single week for the last year. I feel good about the work that I did. That's how you grow your confidence. Feel good about the work that you did, not necessarily the outcome of the work yet, because the more work that you do, the more you're going to become a master. And the more you can outwork your self-doubt, meaning the more that you can put work in without feeling doubtful, the more you're going to be able to become a master, because you're outside of your head and you're in your heart. So you guys, I love you so much. I don't want you to sit in the feeling that I sat in for so many years. A little bit of it is good, but I don't want you to sit in the feeling like you don't know if you're ever going to become the person that you came here to be. You don't know if the vision that you're seeing in your head is just a pipe dream. You don't know if you're capable of achieving what that other person did because maybe they're richer, smarter. Who knows the stories that we tell? Whatever it is not true. It's not true, because I watch people every single day put in the reps and get the result. I'm telling you, I just interviewed a few people who I have watched put in the reps over the past 5 years, and they now have thriving businesses. Like, these were people who started at zero, and they just kept putting in the reps, kept putting the reps, kept putting the reps. And just recently had 2 of them on my podcast after seeing them in our masterminds, after seeing them in our events, after seeing, like, being able to be their mentors for 5 years, and then sitting there yesterday going, your business has exploded. Year 5, your business has exploded. Put in the reps, outwork your self-doubt. You got this. I love you. I will talk to you on the next podcast. Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar, and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start, which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to Kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also, as influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at Kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. Want to know a huge secret to my success? Okay, not only my success, but just about every single person that I have interviewed on this podcast who is successful has this in common. You guys, they love to journal. They capture their life lessons and what they're grateful for. But a lot of people don't keep this up consistently. And most people do know that the research shows that journaling deepens your gratitude and increases self-awareness. But did you also know that journaling decreases stress and helps you achieve your goals faster? In fact, journaling is a huge differentiator between average performers at work and high-performing people. It leads to longer-term clarity, confidence, and success. So why don't more people journal? Why didn't I journal consistently? Honestly, they don't like staring at a blank page. It's hard to carry a book around with you or a notepad, and they just don't even know what to write about, or they just forget. That's why I know that you're going to love Growth Day. It's the world's #1 system for self-improvement, and it's like all-in-one personal development in an app. And it has an awesome digital journal, and people love it. Growth Day's digital journal has hundreds of research-backed writing prompts for self-reflection, positive mindset, confidence building, and success. I use them all the time, and it makes me think in ways that I typically don't, and it makes me ask myself better questions, which we all know gets better results in our life. It even has prompts that help you develop a daily, weekly, or monthly habit of reflecting on your life and identifying areas to grow. So it's a perfect time of year to start journaling, you guys. When you sign up at Growth Day, you also get systems for habit tracking, goal setting, and scoring, and improving every area of your life. Best of all, I get to teach there too, you guys. I'm so excited. I hope that I get to see you. I teach live in Growth Day every single month with a new topic just for you. So join me there. Start your free trial at growthday.com/Lori.